He's worked with us for all these years. He's a dear, dear friend, and I'm very proud of how he's grown into be what I consider among the top lighting designers on the planet Earth.
He plays the lighting board as an instrument, and it's very, very effective. And as a technician, he's amazing. Like, he directs the show. I don't know how he does it, because you're working with different people every night, different spot operators, different countries. Some don't speak the same language. It's a real challenge at times, and he always pulls it off.
Howard, Hearns, congratulations on winning the Parnelli Visionary Award. I can't think of anyone who deserves it more than you do. You're awesome, and I hope you're with us for our entire career. And good luck, buddy.
All the world's a stage. It's true. And somebody has to light
it. Here we are, living the dream again.
While known for his 4 decades of work as lighting designer for Rush, Howard Ungerleider has also worked with some of the other biggest names in rock. His work in corporate has been equally pioneering, creating custom environments for major automakers and sports teams. Elliot Crow, who has worked with Howard since the early 1970s, sums it up best. Howard is always an innovator and loves to push the envelope. Born in 1952, Howard spent his teens in New Jersey. His father was former military and instilled in him a strong work ethic. His grandfather, who played mandolin in the New York Philharmonic, instilled a love of music. In high school, he worked lights for high school plays, but mostly he was trying to get his various bands happening. He booked concerts for his college, and in doing so, crossed paths with a New York booking agent named Sean LaRoche. He went to New York City to see LaRoche, and for 3 weeks, the secretary kept brushing him off like a hot summer's mosquito. But the ever-determined kid eventually snuck into his office, where he asked LaRoche for a record contract. There's probably 20,000 bands out there, and only one will make it, and it won't be yours, LaRoche screamed at Howard. But he did give the kid the name of some other agents, and American Talent International's Jeff Franklin hired him as an office boy for $75 a week. Franklin was a manic egomaniac capable of hurling insults at high volume.
Listen, learn.
But as Howard had a strong work ethic and knew how to close a deal, he was soon an agent himself. Traveling with the biggest acts of the day, he would bluntly tell them what he thought of their performance. Sometimes I'd point out that there was no show, just a band playing music, he says. He would make suggestions, and the bands would embrace his ideas. Meanwhile, at the agency, the crazy bucket was spilling over too much even for Howard, so he made one of the most unusual moves in the business. I came into being a tour manager with a reputation for being able to fix things and because of my drive, loyalty, and enthusiasm, Howard says. But soon, he took on another role.
At the time, we had no idea he was such a deeply talented lighting designer, because he was just there to be our tour manager and to teach us really super naive Canadian kids about touring in America, which we had really no idea.
The innovations came immediately. With Tim Pace, he acquired some aircraft landing lights at a military auction. The size of a car headlight, the beams went on for 1/4 of a mile, nice and tight. They put them in par cans, set them up in a geometric pattern, and created a look that was often copied even to this day. But these were 28-volt lights, and to work on a standard 120-volt dimmer, they had to be grouped in 1 unit of 4s, but that wasn't good enough for Howard. So he went to C-Factor and said he needed to control them individually. They thought I was on crack, he says.
Are you having fun right now?
I'm loving it.
Working with Jim Holliday, they created a second console that could run on 28 volts. That was part of his toolbox for many years. During this period, he was on the cutting edge of using revolutionary new products, and his innovative use of early laser lights has influenced a generation of lighting designers. That Howard was chosen to light Def Leppard's legendary Hysteria tour says a lot about his reputation. That was the first time I designed lasers in the round, he says. He worked with Queensryche's landmark Operation Lifecrime tour as LD and tour manager, overseeing interactive video where filmed actors in the rock opera interacted with those on the stage. Chris DeGarmo of Queensryche says, "We knew we were going to need someone well-versed in state-of-the-art lighting design as well as multimedia integration, and Howard was instrumental in creating that tour." In 2001 and again in 2002, production manager Jake Berry called on Howard to oversee the Area Festival, a touring festival that featured David Bowie, Moby, Blue Man Group, and many more. He would work on other acts and bring his experience and vision to the corporate world. In 1994, with 2 other partners, he formed Production Design International, providing lighting, lasers, and a host of special effects for concert and corporate settings. New and innovative ideas can sometimes require more work and time for a designer like Howard to implement. High-End's Richard Bellevue says, Howard unselfishly spends his time to make sure those new and innovative ideas get implemented in a very successful fashion for his client. The result can be breathtaking. But perhaps DeGarmo says it best. He's crazy enough to keep it interesting.
Not everyone can do this, and I've been doing it my whole life, and I'm still enjoying it, which that says something, doesn't it? You know what it says? I'm crazy. That's what it says. We are nuts.